Hi everyone, Sherman here, and today I'm going to do a how-to step-by-step on sharpening my Damascus Freeze 3 Olight pocket cleaver. So this is a pocket knife or pocket cleaver or knife in the shape of a cleaver. I've done the review of it in my previous video. It has a Damascus blade, as you can see here. Really nice patterns on it. I'm going to link the review down below, but right now I think you see it more of a mirror polish because of the shine that's on it. And while I was doing the review, I realized that this blade is pretty blunt, so it doesn't cut well, as you can see here. So when it cuts, it comes out like this, right? So what I'm going to show you guys today is how to sharpen it so that it can start shaving again. The reason why it's not sharp is because I've used it to shave my bald head, and right now it just needs to be sharpened. So what you do is, get a Victorinox diamond sharpener and just file it. So basically it's like a file. So imagine you filing your own nails, and in order to get the angle right, you just need to like seesaw it to find that angle, right? And it really depends on the angle that you put on the last time. This is not the factory edge, so I can't tell you the exact angle. So just find an angle that is quite steep, as you can see here, but it's around not really 45 degrees, less than 45 degrees. So the lower the angle is, the more acute the apex of the blade is gonna be. But it's important that you just maintain the same angle while you're filing, right? The reason why you want to maintain the same angle while you're filing is you want the blade to be consistent throughout the edge, right? So maintain this and just file until the blade becomes sharper. So what you want to do is build a burr on the other side of the blade. What I mean by burr is basically a metal sandbar, right? So think of it like a wave, like basically you are pushing the metal from this side of the blade to the other side of the blade, which you can feel, right? Okay, still hasn't really built up yet, so I still need to shave it. Okay, this is basically sharpening and sort of like pushing the metal from this side to the other side of the blade. So how this works is, look at this blade here. Okay, so when I shave this side of the blade, it comes to this side, right? Because you're sort of like shaving off the metal from one side, and then it goes to the other side, and what is formed on the other side of the edge is actually called a burr, right? You can feel it when you run your finger across. Okay, it feels sort of like edgy, and right now it's not that edgy yet, so I have to file it to the point where I can actually feel the edginess of it. So when you file, you can actually hear the sound. So as you file, you gain more experience. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in this, but as I file, I learn more. I hear the sound, I see the edge here. You can actually have a look at the edge, right? You can see how consistent is it. Sometimes there is like a, it's not shining as brightly, especially when you put under the sun. You can see the edge, right? You can see the edge and how much it has moved to the other side as well. And when it moves to the other side, what you do is you file the other side, but in a softer, not as hard, right? The angle, again, keep it consistent, right? It doesn't matter so much about the actual angle, but you have to make sure that you keep it consistent. And then the great thing is, oops, I forgot to show you guys. So you can see here the edge. You see that little black dots on it? It's not like one white line. That's because the burr has formed on this side, and I'm trying to scrape it away. And as you scrape away and you put it towards the light, you should be able to see the edge become brighter, right? So it becomes like a single line instead of a line with little blotches on it. So what this means is you are slowly getting rid of that burr that has built up. Okay, so as I scrape this, have a look at it. You can see that the line sort of like becomes shinier now, right? And the blotches have gone away. Now if you turn the blade to the other side, now the blotches might have appeared here, right? Well, right now we can see a bit. Okay, so we are going to again sort of like file it, but don't use a lot of strength, because you are going to get the burr going from one side to the other side and back and forth and back and forth, right? So you will do this until the edge is really nice and clean and you can see it like a singular line, right? So have a look at it again, guys. See, it's not that clean yet, but I wanted to show you guys that you can do it with the diamond sharpener, as well as this Kuromaku Shapton whetstone. So you have to actually get it wet and with water before you use it. So how you use it is you basically move your blade at an angle controlled by your thumb, right? Like this. If you guys can see it, the thumb sort of like measures the angle so that you will maintain the same angle. You keep your thumb on it so you know that the angle is always maintained and it's always the same. Okay, so you can do it like about 10 times up and down, and like you've seen already, I already did the diamond polishing on the blade, or the diamond sharpening on the blade. So this is more or less just making sure that your burr has been removed and there's a shiny white line, as you can see here. Okay, so now I'm going to do it on the other side. Okay, again use your thumb and then move your entire body to make sure that the blade is consistently at the same angle that you are sharpening, okay, that you're sharpening with. Okay, and you can do it about 10-20 times, and then you should get a really nice edge here. Like you guys can see it, but you should get like a really nice straight edge. You can see that straight edge. Yeah, there's no blotchiness on it. And then next you get a leather stroke. Okay, a leather stroke like this, or what I mean by stroke is just a leather belt. Okay, part of a belt, and you can buy a actual stroke, right? And then you get some polishing wax. You also can buy this online, they are really cheap, and you rub it on the leather stroke. And what you do is, I can't use this, put it on a table. What you do is you sort of move it away, and this is called stroking. You move the blade away and not cut into the leather stroke, but you move it away so it removes the burr as well. Okay, this is at the final stage where you just want to remove a bit of burr, right? So you just do it to both sides until all the burr is removed. So I'm going to show you guys again. You can see that. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see how nice the edge is, but yeah, you can see. Okay, you just get the light to shine on it, and then let's just get a piece of paper here. Okay, this is a receipt, and then we're gonna try to cut it. Much better, as you can see, right? So the blade cuts much better. I won't say This is like the perfect one, but oh, there we go. It cuts really nice, but it could be better. And I would say this Damascus steel is not the greatest steel of all. That's why you wouldn't get like the best cuts. But yeah, so it's paper cutting sharp now, I would say. There we go. You can see how clean and straight the edge is. Again, my 3V steel, it's much better. And this Damascus steel obviously is not the best. I mentioned that in my review when this is my first knife, so I wasn't sure about how sharp it is, but I know now that the factory edge isn't that sharp, and furthermore when you sharpen it, it's kind of hard to sharpen, right? So yeah, it could be much better. See, it's a straight cut, but it doesn't really go through because of the blade geometry as well, because the blade is actually very top heavy, right? So it goes up to here and then it kind of stops when it gets into this fuller part, right? So yeah, if it's just a shortcut like this, it will just do fine. Okay, just gets here and then it cuts it. Let's just stick with a small piece of paper, and then you guys can see how nice it cuts through it, right? It still hasn't cut through like entirely, but here we go. Okay, cut through entirely. So yeah, definitely much sharper than we started, right? And that's kind of the whole point. Now we're going to use it to shave. Okay, so when we shave, just angle it like this first and touch softly, and then you can have a more acute angle. So I put my finger here in order to pull my skin down so that it's taut, right? And so that I don't cut myself. You can actually see the hair on the blade. Okay. It's easier on the head itself when you want to shave because the skin is already taut. So you just want to get the angle. My suggestion is to pull backward instead of against, so that when you do the backward pull, it's very unlikely to cut your skin, right? So you can sort of like use it as a comb and not worry too much. Okay, and then you can see that's actually cutting hair, right? So again, like I said, if you're gonna do it this way, it's going to be more dangerous, but you might need to do that on your your mustache. Okay, and the reason why you need to do that is so that it's easier to cut the hair. And I don't know if you guys can see the hair here, but you can see that little tiny hair. So you can see that the edge here is now able to cut tiny little hair. So as you use more and more, it will slowly dull, and then you have to have many passes to be able to cut the hair. And sometimes, you know, it's actually safer that way, because when you have many passes, it's not as sharp and you will be less likely to cut you. And honestly, I have never cut myself with this blade before versus say you know, a disposable shaving blade, right? So don't worry too much. You can easily use this as a razor blade to shave, and it saves you a lot of money from throwing away those disposable shavers. And I guess I will end this here. If you guys have any questions about how you can sharpen this pocket cleaver, this Olight Oknife Freeze 3, please do comment down below. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that notifications bell. I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you so much. Bye now.